We are a 24/7 operation here at this mill, and most of our customers are pull customers, so they rely on us having the inventory in-house and delivering it to them quickly. So we typically ship to all of our customers within a 24-hour window, which means we really can't afford for the cranes to be down. So the WMS support desk, 24-hour, 365, is really critical to us making sure that we service our customers. And they have. We've definitely had that service from them. Probably a year and a half ago, maybe a little more than that, we had a circumstance where everything just stopped moving. Cranes stopped moving, conveyors stopped moving. We could not figure out what was going on. Again, we were learning the system, right, because it's brand new and no one else really had experience with this type of a system. So we did get in touch with the help desk, and they signed on, got logged into the system so they could look at what was happening, along with getting in touch with the folks that we work with on the conveyor side. And between the three parties, ourselves and them and the conveyor support that we had, we did finally resolve the issues. And it did happen to be ghost rolls that we found that we had to delete. We had to empty the warehouse, delete all those ghost rolls on the conveyors so that the WMS system could restart and get moving again. I mean, realistically, from start to end, considering none of us knew what we were really doing or how to troubleshoot that, I think it took us about 3 to 4 hours, which I don't think was terrible considering none of us really knew what the problem was. Everything really just stopped, you know. It kind of goes back to the commissioning during the pandemic and really struggling to have on-site folks to help us through that process. So I know that we did have some folks here from Konecranes to help us, but there were so many rules and trying to keep everyone safe during the pandemic that it was really critical for us to have that 24-hour, 7-day, 365 communication with WMS. So, yeah. The advantages is customer service, really. So because we've promised that we'll service our customers within a 24-hour window, and in some cases it's within hours, not even 24 hours, it really is in a matter of 4 to 6 hours that some of our customers want paper. We've had customers put in hot orders and they were local, but we've delivered in under an hour because the system is working smooth and flawless. We wouldn't be able to do that if we didn't have the support from your team. If the system went down, we wouldn't be able to service like that. We really have no issues getting in contact with folks from the help desk. Sometimes I think they're working on things before we know that they're working on things, right? So, but yeah, I think that we've agreed upon like a 2-hour window that they can look at and start resolving our issues, and I would say that they've lived up to that commitment. So the process has changed over the last couple of years, I guess, since we've commissioned in 2020. So now we're starting year number 4, right, of the operation running, and back when we first started, there really was no one knew anything, so it was just get on the phone and call and start looking for help. Now our process is a lot more thorough. We start looking for ghost rolls. We go into the warehouse and look for evidence of anything happening. We have cameras that can see everything. We have knowledge of what could be going wrong, so we try to go through our tick list of things that we've experienced in the past before we reach out to the WMS help desk. But once we realize that we need to, we just make that simple phone call. Sometimes we follow up with an email, but they're typically really great about responding after that. And really, it's the Tuesday meetings. So when we have our Tuesday meetings and we actually have items that we're working on, that we have that opportunity to talk about those items, whether it's an improvement or a problem, whatever it may be. That we have that ongoing relationship with each other, that we can touch base and discuss some of those items that we need help with. So, and I think we're now at a point where we're looking at system improvements and looking for ways to streamline things and help us be more efficient. And I think that that's a really great thing for probably both parties. Great place for us to be. So the troubleshooting reports are relatively new to us, but extremely valuable. I like to be able to go back and see when my team calls on the night shift, and if they don't tell me that they needed to call, which happens, then I can see what is happening there and what your team did to troubleshoot and problem solve that. So when we have our discussions, it's more of did my team do something that created that problem, or can my team do something to resolve that issue, rather than having to always reach out and contact folks in the middle of the night, and sometimes with the time differences between the support team and ours, we don't like to be having to get folks out of bed late in the night. So yeah. So when our IT team really identified the fact that they felt like the server was overloaded, and we reached out to our support team here with you guys, and asked for your assistance on how to resolve that. And then you guys really jumped in and kind of took over really and did that server split, and you were here on site to support us through all of that. And yeah, I feel like it went really smooth. I couldn't have imagined it going any better, quite honestly. Kind of going back to those Tuesday meetings where we have, because in those Tuesday meetings where we touch base every Tuesday, we also have the support folks there that manage our conveyor programming system. And that's our opportunity to bounce either ideas off each other, or to do more in-depth troubleshooting of why these particular items are happening.